What's going on, guys? So, new knife today. I just bought this used. It's a Reate Torrent in a RWL 34. So far, pretty happy with it. Feels pretty good, pretty usable. But the main thing I'm gonna try to do, the detent's pretty good. I don't want to mainly make this video about adjusting lock bar tension. So the whole point is to see if I could flick it, because I could get a nice thumb flick, get it open, but I can't quite. It's too hard to do this. It's just I like playing with my knife, so that's the whole point of this video. So we're gonna take it apart, try to adjust our lock bar tension. So also we get to clean this because I haven't taken this thing apart since I got it. Wrong size. T8 for the main pivot. And it's a non-captured pivot, of course. Let's see if I can get it though. Nope. So the dual screwdriver method. These are on there pretty good. That's some hardcore Loctite being used. I don't think it's blue. It's pretty tough. Alright. So I'm going to open this. Yeah, I think it's tough. I don't know what type of Loctite they use, but I'll find out. So I guess I got to pull the pivot, but you can see a bunch of gunk in there. So let's take this all the way down. See what we got going on. T8 down here. Even these are kind of tight. So push down, turn. Pull it out. Push down, turn. Let's get it out. All right. I should just take this apart. Got the blade pulling off. Let me see. There we go. Multi-row ceramic. Good inside machine. We'll take a look at that in here in a second. So they got grease instead of oil. So I don't know if this is from the factory or if he left it like this or if he did this. But either way, we're going to take it down, clean it up. The bearings don't even want to come on. It's such a thick, nasty grease. See if we can get this to have a little better action. Pop out the metal washers. Both sides. There's some nasty grease. It's thick. It's not cooperating with it. Oof. I have to bang it on something. Hold up. That is in there, guys. It is not wanting to come out. Trying to gently come in here without scratching up the titanium. Of course. Ooh. I'm gonna need a small screwdriver, so that's gonna stay in there for now. We'll do the main purpose of this. Adjusting lock bar tension. So we'll clean this up first. Of course, when I got grease, I use a blue shop rack so I don't mess up my microfibers. Little Windex on here. Let's try to clean this up here. Get all this detent stuff off the detent bond and everything. All right. So here's your lock bar tension. So it's a good way to get it and just you could feel how much tension's actually on here. And there's a couple ways to do it. You could do it by eye. You could use calipers if you want. You could use a ruler, whatever you feel. Most of the time I do it by feel. If you want to measure, we come up here and we'll see we're at 2.4 millimeters. So to adjust that, take off the screw for the lock bar insert. pop the lock bar insert out. So usually I put a longer screw in here. So this is a longer screw from the frame. Put a couple threads in, hold the lock bar steady, and a little light tap. And it should come right out. There it is. Take the screw out. And now this is just kind of where you're going to play with it. So first I get kind of a visual of where it's at. I can see it's right above that little slot. So I'm gonna bend it. So it moved a good amount. It probably moved about 0.3, 0.4 millimeters. So we'll leave it like that. So this is trial and error. It's not, you know, I know exactly how much to move it. So it's all trial and error. So, yes, precision fit. This thing is in here. Try to get this thing lined back up. I think it's precision. Look at that. Very good fit. What do you expect from Reate? Put it back in the screw. Just snug for now. I'm not trying to get the final tightness down. And we're going to put it together real quick. We're going to clean everything else, so just to get some new oil on it. See how it feels. Spray down our chop rag. Some Windex. Get in there with, get all that nasty, thick grease out. I always wonder if that's what Reate uses. I'm not sure. I haven't taken apart. Well, I have taken part of the Reate. So yeah, they do use a grease, but this is more of a yellow grease. So that's pretty clean. I gotta worry about that. I gotta clean the washer. Nice and clean. The bearings. So a couple ways to do bearings. Throw them on a rag. Oh, this one's on there. Spray them a little bit. Kind of hold down the rag, and I just move it back and forth. Flip it over. Move it back and forth. Same thing, the other one. Hold it, move it back and forth, flip it. See all that grease coming off it. And we're gonna do it again because these are so dirty. We'll do another spot on this rag. Get them, spray them down. Hold the rag back and forth. Back and forth. Same thing, another one. All right, so we got these looking pretty clean. Most of the grease off. If you want, you could clean them deeper if you want, but I think that's pretty good for what we're doing here. So now we're gonna slap it together. See how it feels. No oil right now. We're just gonna leave it dry. Slap this together, slap this together. Put that on first. Get that lined up. Throw on the other side of the pivot. I'm not too much a fan of how Reate use these little screws. I mean, it's good because it's cheaper to replace, but it feels like, I don't know. They're easier to strip, I guess, because they're T8s instead of some T10 or bigger. Get this lined up. Yeah, I should probably clean the threads out. It's nasty whatever's in those threads. Get right in, back it out of here. So there's a little side-to-side place, so I know I gotta go a little tighter. Maybe I'll get lucky. Just a little bit more. Maybe like another 1/8 of a turn or so. Honestly, the other side's turning. They don't make it easy. Captured. Pivots are definitely what you want. You don't want this crap, so you'd be doing this. 1/8 of a turn. Good. I gotta put the frame screws on. I think it'll be okay. Put one on for now. Snug it up a little bit. See that? Too much. Well, that's how you experiment, really. So this is with, we moved it about 0.4. That's what it does now. But it does fly out if you want to just pull back, and it's too soft. But look, we've kind of proven the point. You kind of flick it now. I probably got to give it a little more tension back. To the shakeout, probably. Right there. All right, so now we know we probably only got to move like 0.2 millimeter on the closing for the lock bar. But look, it's a lot more fun to play with. Some people like this. Ridiculous. It just falls shut instantly as soon as you hit the lock bar. You know, some people might go for this. And if you do the flipper right, you know, you could do a push, or if you do it right, you get a nice action still. But if you just kind of like do a lazy flip, you kind of feel it doesn't have a lot of tension. So we'll give it a little bit more, and hopefully we can still keep the middle finger open, which I kind of enjoy doing. So, all right, take it back apart real quick. Do with this thing again. Hopefully I could pull it out with one hand. Nope. That's another bad thing about being a small screw in the center. Your thumb can't put enough pressure on it to stop it from rotating. With other knives, I could put enough pressure on it to do it, but since it's a big, what do you call it? A small bolt in the middle, you can't do it with this type of knife. So that's kind of the downside of that. Pull that out, pull this out, just quickly. So we're gonna measure where we're at. I think we're at 3.4, and now we're at 2.5. So we moved it 0.9, more than I thought. 1.5, 1.6, so was that 2.4? All right, so same thing. Take out the bolt, take out the insert. So if you want, you can measure off of something else. So let me get this out of the way. You can measure off this back part where the detent ball is at. And back there, we are at, 1.5. So let's try to get to 2. So I'm literally just grabbing it, putting some tension on it to bend it. See where we're at. 1.9, 1.8. We'll do a little bit more. Just get it, put some tension on it. You don't want to go crazy with it now. Just enough to just do it. Check your work. We're right under 2, so a little bit more. I want to get to 2 millimeters. See how it feels. There we go. I don't know if y'all could see this, but it doesn't matter really because each knife's different. But right at 2 millimeter. So same thing, slap everything back together. You're not trying to get it perfect because you're gonna probably do this a couple times till you get it where you like it, because everyone's gonna like their detent pressure a little different. But you definitely want to have your lock bar insert in there nice and snug. Throw your pivot. Wash your knife. That washer stayed on there, cool. Get it lined up. I'm probably gonna see if I can order some more of these screws from Reate, because they are sensitive. I don't know if they're the same grade as everything else. grade 5 because they feel kind of soft. Honestly, I would be surprised if they weren't grade 5, but you never know. So, again, with the double T8 method. A little too loose still. You also want to make sure you get your tightness right every time you check, because that affects it. Still too loose. Yeah, I gotta clean out that thread lock they use because it's making it hard to get this thing tight where I want it. Gotta hold it. Tighten it. There we go. All right. So I'm happy with the flipping action. That's pretty good. Drop shut. And now let's see if I get what I wanted. Ooh, we do. We get a nice, we're able to finger flick it now. Thumb flick. Let's see, try that again. Thumb flick it. So that's pretty good. I probably would want it just a hair more tension. So I'm at 2, maybe like 2.2 millimeter. But look at drop shut. I'm able to finger flick it. So that just increases its kind of, you know, fidget factor for me, which is what I do a lot with my knives. Pretty sure most of you guys do. But look, good action. Fall shut. Finger flip action. So there you go.